what do you put this down to? If you had to, based on all your experience and what you've seen so far from this series of breakdowns, what would you put this down to? Is it poor training on the part of the assets on the ground, both Secret Service and local law enforcement? Is it insufficient resources? Is it a top-down leadership issue? I mean, where do you go with this?
I think in order of priority, I would start with complacency. That's the first. We've had attempts, and there's been other things that have occurred that, the general public is not aware of, but an actual attempt, what was almost a successful attempt, has not occurred in 43 years. So I think that there is a certain level of complacency there. I believe that knowing what I know of having individual, contacts still within the Secret Service, that the training level has drastically reduced. I think that there's a catastrophic failure in leadership of the service, continuing to promote people not based upon their qualifications, but other reasons, filling quotas. The director herself has said that, or the former director now has said that her intention was to have a 30% all-woman workforce by 2030. I think that is the wrong approach, that at this level in the game, where we're protecting America's, leaders and the world's most powerful man or woman, that there should be no standard, and we should not be promoting individuals based upon sex or sexual orientation or gender. And I think that, that yes, resources had a lot to play into that. And so I would question a couple things. And, through the testimony, what we learned was that, the first lady, though she is the first lady, she has no real impact, I guess, in the succession of the United States. Now, yes, obviously there's going to be a significant impact to the United States or to the president should his wife be assassinated, but she was in the same region. And through the testimony, what we learned is that, there were 3 post-standards, which is kind of minimal as far as importance, but it shows you where the thinking was, is that there were 3 post-standards assigned to the Trump rally that were Secret Service post-standards, and then 12 assigned to her indoor 400-person rally. The 2 are not equal. With the political divisive rhetoric in the country right now, if something were to happen to former President Trump versus the First Lady, there's a greater impact. Not only that, but we had a confirmed intel briefing that Iran had made a recent threat towards former President Trump. So we have a foreign state now saying that they want to assassinate the former president, yet he gets less resources than the First Lady of the United States. It's just something that I think the service in general needs to reevaluate themselves. And I think DHS seriously needs to reevaluate the United States Secret Service's dual mission, because I believe that it is hindering the operational planning and logistics and execution of the plan of the United States Secret Service.
Yeah, I applaud your diplomacy, Michael, by the way. I'll maybe paraphrase what you're saying in my own words, which is, in the world of security and operations and intelligence, where people's lives are regularly at stake, DEI has no place there at all.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean,
it should be entirely merit-based.